This is a video on how to change your cooling fan, which is right there on a 2014 Nissan Versa. Alright, so the tools you're going to need for this job are going to be an 11mm box wrench, a 10mm socket, 13mm socket with the extension, a ratchet, a flathead, a Phillips head, and these curved needle nose pliers. You'll see in the video why we'll need these. And then the drill is optional. I use it because it saves time for me. And then also the magnet is optional. I drop a lot of screws and it helps me. You don't need it, but makes life easier. Alright, let's get started. First thing you want to do is disconnect the battery, which is right there. So to remove the negative cable, you're going to need an 11, which is right here. So let's just go ahead and remove it. It just doesn't really need that much. Just take it off and then tuck it away, and you're good with that. All right, so now let's focus on taking this out, because we got to take this out in order to get to the fan. So all these are 10mm that we're gonna have to take off, which is over there, a couple over there. So we'll do that next. All right, got my 10mm ready. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe 5 is right there. Makes it much easier to use power tools. All right, so once we do that, let's go ahead and take all the screws out. And then we just gotta take this one out, which is right there, which is a Phillips. And then we can work on the little black plastic holders, which you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, once you get all those 10mm out, you got a little Phillips, which is right there, that you gotta take off. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then once you do that, it'll come right off, because we are gonna have to take this off to get the whole metal thing off. So let's do that right now. When you take off all the 10mm, there's one more right there. I tried to get it out with a Phillips, but I couldn't, so just use your 10mm. And then it'll come off pretty easy, just like that. Alright, so now we gotta take off all these little plastic pieces. I don't have that little tool, so I'm just gonna use a flathead just to lift them up. Boom, there's one. We'll get it if they fall, don't worry. It's just falling on the bottom. So we're gonna go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's one more, which is these two. These two we're gonna take out, and then this one. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so once you get all those out, next you want to disconnect this one and that one. That one's already out, so we're not going to worry about that. So we'll go ahead and get that, see if I can do it on camera. Boom. Good. Put that to the side. And then you can already feel it wiggling. So once you get all that stuff off, you just have to disconnect all these hoses. We do got to take this off. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I was able to finagle it up like this. Once I pushed this back, took that little bracket off, I popped this off from the little brackets, which is right here. They go in this little hole. All you gotta do is just put a flathead in there and pry backwards. So I finagled it a little bit, and the only reason I did that was because these wires are still hooked up, as you can see, like right here and then in here. So the only way I'm gonna get to it is if I go like this and I flip it, see? So now you can see those little hooks, and then all you need is this, and you just squeeze it and then they'll pop out. So we're gonna do that now. Alright, so I got those two off. See, one there and then one right there, the same way I just showed you. Now the horn, to get the horn off right here, to get the horn off, you just push like this, and then you just wiggle it, finagle it out, wiggle, wiggle. Let me see you wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So it's kind of hard with one hand, but I'm trying to do it right now. I gotta use two. Hold on, guys. All right, so once you get that stuff off, now we gotta take off this little bracket thingy. This opens and closes your hood. And to get to that, if you look right in there, let me see if I can focus. Right there, boom. That's a 13, and then right on this side is another 13. So you just need a 13 with an extension. It'll go straight in, boom, and it'll come right off. So we're gonna do that now. All right, so here we go. One out. Don't worry if they fall in there like that. You can just use a magnet. If you don't have a magnet, then don't let them fall. I got a magnet. They're only like, what, $1, the Harbor Freight. So, power tools are your best friend. All right, so boom. There's one. Put that right there. See if I can do it one hand. Boom. And the next one is right in there. Got the other one. All right, so once you do that, flip this over. And there's your little bracket. Let's put that to the side somewhere, not on the battery terminal, just tuck it away. So now you'll see what's left. So you see that still connected. So we're gonna pop that off. And then we got horn is done. Just push the button and it'll take them off. It's nothing major. And then we got these two. And we just have this one, which we could just use those to squeeze them and push them through. So first I'm gonna get this off, this part right here. All right, so I'm gonna start getting this piece off. It's gonna be a 10. All right, so there's some blue Loctite on there. Just remember to put some back on when you put it. So that's another cable out of the way, another cord out of the way, and then now we're just left with popping that out. All right, so these were a little bit of a pain, but all I did was I just lifted it up a little bit, and then I just ripped it out. I don't really care about those little clips. If you do, then don't do it, but me, I just grabbed it like this. Let me show you. I just grabbed it like that, and I just ripped it out. So if you don't care, do it like me. If you do care, then you're gonna have a pain trying to get that out. I don't care, it's just plastic, it's nothing major. Once you do that, this whole piece will come off. And just put that to the side. And now we are a little bit closer to the fan. So next thing we're gonna wanna do is disconnect like all these hoses. Don't disconnect them, but like, I don't mean disconnect them, I mean pop them out of the little carriers. So there's one, which if you could see like right there, see? The little clip, you just pull it forward, that's it. Or backward towards the back of the trunk, and it comes right off like that. Same thing with these, see? They're just clips, like there's a clip right here and a clip right there. And you just pull them up, nothing major, just move them to the side. And then just find each one, which is, I think that's all of those. There might be some down here, but I'll check before I let you know. All right, so then you just want to disconnect these fan wires, which are, let's see if I could get in there, which are right there. Come on, focus. Right here, see where those yellow lines are? Those are your fan wires you want to disconnect. And I believe you just push them down and pull them, so I'm gonna do that now. All right, so I disconnected one. You could see, let me see, right there. I disconnected one down there, but it's kind of difficult, so we're just gonna move this to get a little bit more space. And all you do is just pull straight up on that. And it should come right out. It should. Just finagle it. You know how we do over here. Finagle it, comes right out of the way. Move that to the side. All right, and then gives us space to get that other clip. See, this one's done. Now we gotta get this one. Just push down and Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let me get it better. Right there. Right there, mama. That's a good one. Boom. Come on, focus, focus. So you got a 10 millimeter on the driver's side. If it focuses for me, hold on. Right there. And then you got a 10 millimeter on the passenger side, which is right there. So let's pop those out, and then the fan should come out. Can't use power tools all the time, I guess, but just get your 10 millimeter and a ratchet, and you should be good. Get that bad boy out, and then we'll go to the other side and get that other bad boy out. All right, so let me show you what we got going. So let me see if I can get in there. So underneath this, let me move this crap. You got that. This is a little, where is it? This right here, that hose right there, has a little clip right there that was connected to the radiator. I just used a flathead. See the little nub right there? I used a flathead, broke it apart. Same thing that I'm gonna do right here. See if I can get in there. Just a little harness. Let me see if I can get it. See, this harness right here, it's connected right here. I don't know if you can see it, like right here. And I'm just gonna use a flathead just to pop it out. It's plastic, I don't care if it breaks, it's just a little holder. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so I got it out. You see this little thing? I just broke it, I don't care, you know, that's crap, you don't really need that. But when you're trying to pull this out, there's hoses that sit in here and go underneath like this. So what you need to do is stick your hand under and try and pull them out. In my case, I used a flathead. I pulled one out with my hand, the other one I couldn't. So I stuck a flathead there and I just pried it, because it's like this. Let me show you these right here. One and then two. They're stuck down there, so you gotta pop these off like that, and then that will make your fan come up. And then this little stupid thing was stuck to the side like that, which is for the power cable. So I just broke it. I don't really need it. There's nothing that's gonna grab it, so it doesn't really matter. So we're out. Just remember how this thing goes in like this, because there's clips you gotta take off and put on the new one, because it doesn't come with it. So there's the little thing I had trouble with. There's the clips, the little clips that the hoses sit inside, and you just pop them off. That's it. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the new one. All right, so here's the new one. As you can see, those clips right there are not on this one, so we're gonna go ahead and transfer these clips over to the new one. And I think those are the only clips that transfer over. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so a quick little tip. Remember how these go on, in what direction, because they're in a certain direction on the old one. Put them in the exact same direction on the new one, because that's gonna hold your little hoses. And if you put it on backward, then of course it's not gonna hold it. So that's just a quick little tip. So I got all the clips back on. By all, I mean two, which is these two. So now we're just gonna fish it in like so, and then we're gonna attach all the clips and stuff again and all that good stuff. So stay with me, stay with me. So you see it's hitting down there, which is the little hoses you gotta move out of the way. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so it's kind of hard to get it in. So what I had to do is, with one hand, I moved these, not wires, but these tubes out of the way as I slid it down. Sorry I couldn't film it. I usually have a helper, but I don't have my helper today, so I had to do it on my own. So that's what you gotta do. But you're just finagling it is really all you're doing as you're going down And then once you get it in, these tubes, don't forget to click them in at the bottom. There's also a little clip for your radiator hose, which is right there. Don't forget to put that in. You don't have to put that clip back in, the little zip tie at the bottom. You don't have to, but it's good practice to do it, because obviously it was on there, and that's how the car came, so you could do it. I'm gonna do it. This is my mom's car, but as for the broken one over here that I broke, the little zip tie thing, it's not gonna make a difference if you put it on there or not, to be honest. So that's what we're doing. All right, next step is to connect your plugs. Let me see if I can get in there. Yep, no. Just like this. Boom. And then this one. Sorry it's not focusing, guys, but I'm trying to do this shit with one hand. Stuff with one hand, sorry. Alright, so let me flip it this way. I'm gonna have to use two hands, guys. I can't get it. Hold on. Alright, so I got my connections. Now I'm gonna screw in my 10mm right there, and then my 10mm right there, and I'll come back. Alright, so I put my 10mm on that side, 10mm on this side, and now I'm just gonna start putting everything back together, guys. Remember that this just slides in there, and that's how you change the cooling fan to a 2014 Nissan Versa. Alright.